So come on, Jeezy, get smart with this. I think try to settle this outside of court, because the more we're learning, the more we're questioning the truth behind this abuse.
I'm saddened. I can tell you that I'm disappointed. I can tell you that.
Hold on for a moment and look at the contrast. The same Jeezy being praised publicly as a healing king, especially after going public with Jeannie Mai, is also the man a Georgia judge reportedly warned could face jail time. Not over violence or hidden assets, but something as specific as a Range Rover title. That's not rumor. That's part of the legal record. At the same time, his ex-wife Jeannie Mai has been facing public embarrassment. First losing her relationship, then being linked to Anderson .Pac, who later went on national TV and dismissed it as nothing more than him loudly explaining a movie plot in a club. On the surface, it looks like Jeezy is thriving while Jeannie is falling apart. But when you dig into the court documents, a different picture emerges. A photo of Jeezy holding a firearm inside his home.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
That
right.
time is so good.
Yeah.
So right now I'm celebrating that I am just doing me, and I love it. I don't want to have to
I love that for you. You made it sound so good.
Now,
A message where he apologizes for putting Jeannie in danger, and a police report from December describing her being denied entry to house while arriving with movers. That doesn't read like chaos or instability. It reads like someone backing their claims with evidence. Now notice how quickly two completely different narratives start pulling apart. On the surface, the public version paints Jeezy and Jeannie Mai as two people who bonded after heartbreak, found something genuine, and are quietly moving forward in a healthy direction. At the same time, it frames Jeannie Mai as someone who attempted a soft rebound with Anderson .Pac, only for it to fizzle out almost immediately, leaving her looking worse in public. But inside the courtroom, the tone shifts entirely. The judge didn't describe Jeezy as confused, overwhelmed, or delayed. The word used was willful. A willful failure to transfer the Range Rover title. That language matters. It implies intention, not accident. And when the judge added that continued noncompliance could lead to jail time, it wasn't casual. That kind of warning usually comes after a pattern, not a one-time slip. It signals this behavior has been noticed, and patience is wearing thin.
We don't know shit about nothing about them. From what I read, they've been separated. Like, we don't even know how long ago this process has started.
That warning didn't come out of nowhere. Back in September 2024, Jeannie filed a contempt petition accusing Jeezy of ignoring key parts of the divorce agreement. Unpaid daycare expenses, lack of access to a $500,000 account meant for their daughter, no reimbursement for several months of rent totaling $92,000, and failure to transfer ownership of two vehicles, including a Range Rover and a Ford Bronco. Jeezy pushed back aggressively. He questioned the legitimacy of her lease documents, claimed the listed contact number didn't even work, and accused her of leaking court information to damage his image. But when the judge ruled, those counterclaims didn't erase everything. The court did not throw out her concerns. Instead, it specifically identified the Range Rover issue as a willful violation. That's a critical distinction. It reframes the situation from a messy dispute into deliberate noncompliance. And that's exactly when the threat of incarceration entered the picture. Honestly, the dispute over the car starts to feel minor when you look at what else was placed in that same court file. Because alongside those financial arguments, Jeannie Mai submitted a text exchange that shifts the entire tone. In those messages, she shares photos showing bruises on her elbow and knee. Her side explains the injuries came from a golf cart accident. But
I don't know what happened between them, but that comment and him fouling.
it's the response from Jeezy that stands out. She mentions having events coming up, saying she has dresses to wear, and he replies with an apology, saying he hasn't forgiven himself for putting her in danger. That wording carries weight. Even if the situation being referenced is a golf cart incident and not the later, more serious allegations, the language still reflects acknowledgement. People don't usually frame things that way unless they feel some level of responsibility. And including that exchange, along with the injury photos, in a legal filing suggests it was meant to be seen and considered, not just mentioned casually. Then there's the issue of firearms. Jeannie presented images that appear to show Jeezy inside his home holding a gun, She also claimed she discovered a handgun in their Los Angeles residence and turned it over to police before relocating to Boston with their daughter. Jeezy has strongly denied any wrongdoing.
Oh man, this is not looking good for Jeezy, unfortunately.
Insisting he never left weapons unsecured and arguing that these claims were created to damage his reputation. Still, the presence of both a photo and a reported police interaction keeps that part of the story in play. And the tension didn't stop there. In December 2024, Jeannie went to Jeezy's Georgia property with movers to collect her belongings. Items, she says, she was legally allowed to retrieve after a prior court ruling. According to her account, her legal team had notified him ahead of time, and there was no initial objection. But when she arrived, access was denied by the house manager, reportedly under Jeezy's instructions. Police were called, and once it was pointed out that a court order might be getting ignored, the situation shifted. Instead of outright refusal, a new condition was introduced. Anyone entering on her behalf had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. That requirement wasn't part of the original court order, which adds another layer of friction to an already complicated situation. When Jeannie finally gained access, what she found raised even more questions.
Yeah, I'm taking it day by day, and thankfully being able to have a show like this and to come to work and be able to do something that you enjoy doing, get your mind off of things. And
Jeannie Mai reported that her store belongings were in poor condition, boxes soaked with water, signs of damage, even rodent traps placed around the garage, with some items appearing chewed through. She also claimed that her awards were scratched and broken. What makes that contrast sharper is that Jeezy's legal team had previously told the court that her belongings were being maintained properly. That statement painted a picture of care and responsibility. But what she described and documented suggests something very different. So it creates a dilemma. Either there was serious neglect or the condition of those items reflected something more intentional. Jeezy's side offered a different justification altogether. His lawyer argued that he had safety concerns about Jeannie being inside the home. The claim was that he feared she might place surveillance devices, cameras, or listening equipment.
Jeezy got a divorce.
Jeezy
got a divorce.
Holy sh!
For divorce.
He didn't get it.
Property. According to that argument, restricting her movement was about protecting privacy. But that explanation doesn't really address the state of her belongings. It doesn't clarify why her items were allegedly exposed to water damage or stored in an environment with rodent traps. And more broadly, it raises a contradiction. If the priority was privacy and peace, the ongoing disputes, police involvement, court warnings, and findings like willful noncompliance point in the opposite direction. The actions being questioned publicly and legally don't fully align with the reasoning being presented. This is where everything starts to feel less like a clean narrative and more like overlapping timelines that don't fully line up. While Jeezy was tied up in legal disputes with Jeannie Mai, arguing over things like a car title, and even pushing for legal fees, another thread quietly opened up around Anderson.Pac. His estranged wife, Jaylyn, filed for primary custody of their children along with spousal support. But one detail stands out. The separation date in her filing was left as to be determined. That's not a small technicality. It means the official timeline of that marriage hasn't been clearly defined, leaving open a question of when things actually end.